London in the winter can be hit or miss, mainly miss, but it doesn't have to be. So in this video, we're going to talk about how to not let it be. Figure out what you need. That might sound simple, but I mean on every level, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. What do you need in order not only to survive, but to thrive? Do you need more company? Do you need to join a run club? More power to you if you feel like that's what you need and that's what you can do, because whew, as someone who hates running, I don't really see that for me, but I see y'all out there running in the street in the cold. I really commend you, and I could never. That's not what I need, but is that something you need? Not only for the physical benefit of it, but for the community. Do you need bigger and heartier meals? Figure out what you need during this season, not only to survive, but to also thrive. A lot of us just try to survive wintertime when there's more to it than that. This is a huge chunk of our year. It has taken me a very long time, my entire life actually, of living in very cold cities to figure out what I need to survive the winter time. I need more time in bed. I need to linger. Okay, I need at least an hour in bed in the morning time. I need warming foods. I'm talking teas, bone broth, soups. I need that on a regular basis because your girl has a slow digestion in the winter time. I can get away with 6 hours of sleep during the summertime, but I cannot do that in the winter time. My body needs 7 to the recommended 8 hours of sleep. And as much as I love to burrow inside as a bona fide introvert and homebody, I need to be around people. Even though it feels good for me to be by myself for almost a week, for sometimes almost 2 weeks, I need to be around people who I care about and enjoy their company, or even just meeting new people, whatever it may be. I need to be around people at least once or twice a week during the winter time, and that's something I need to make an active effort towards. But I need that in order to boost my spirits, to sort of keep me human, and especially since as I'm getting older, I value community more. And I know that's just not for me. Community is so important, even if you don't even realize how it's important in your life right now, even if you may not have the community you want in your life. I promise you, it is important. For me, that's one of my needs. It may not be one of yours right now, but figure out what your needs are. And by knowing all of this, then you'll be setting up a solid foundation for your winter survival. So if you're feeling low energy, then you could just check in on your needs and see if all of them are being met. Am I moving my body enough? Am I taking enough walks in nature? Am I calling people who I love? Am I setting up plans with people who I love? Personally, I want to work on that. Am I getting enough sleep? When you figure out your needs, you figure out the foundation that you can create, that you need to create in order to thrive during the season. So if you're in the middle of February and your energy is feeling low, then you don't have to be like, okay, what is it that's off? Because you know what your needs are for this season. And if something is missing, then you just need to replenish it in order to feel the most you during this winter season. When you're able to pinpoint these things, when you're able to pinpoint your needs, it makes it easier to course correct when things feel off during the season, which they tend to do. There's less sunlight, it's cold outside, you're maybe not seeing people as much as you typically would because it is cold outside, so it's harder for people to get out, which we'll touch on a little bit later. But when you know what your needs are, when you feel a little bit lower in the wintertime, which I know a lot of people tend to feel, myself included sometimes, it's easier to course correct because then you know what is missing where. You don't have to be like, why am I feeling this way? You know yourself well enough to be like, I'm feeling this way because X, Y, and Z, and then you know how to course correct if you want to course correct. Get together with your friends or even with strangers. Now, when it's cold, it's so easy to stay inside. I get it. I really do. But get out. Please just get out. While you can do that on your own, I highly recommend doing it with other people. Community is really important. It sounds really cheesy, but it's super important. I mean, isn't that one of the reasons that people in the blue zone live for as long as they do? They live past 100. One of the factors I believe is community. So imagine how impactful that is. Imagine how impactful that can be in the most dreary season of the year. This one's really simple, straight to the point. Find some people, find your people, get outside, hang out with them. Invite people over to your home. You don't even have, actually I do really get out. But the key theme of this point is be around people. I do believe separately from being around people, you need to get outside and get fresh air. Also, if you're finding that hard to do, or if that feels intimidating, or if it's too pricey to get outside, if you live in a really expensive city, bring people inside. Round up the people and bring them inside your home. That aside, I do recommend going out with people who you know and love, or going out to group events that are meant for connecting with new people during this season. And then also think about it. It either strengthens the relationships you have now to have more fun in the spring and summertime, or it allows you to create new connections that you can bring with you into the spring and summertime to have more fun with. It's a win-win, and it's also planting roots, community roots for the season to come. Get you a hobby. Get you a hobby. This one's pretty straightforward. It gives you something to look forward to. Depending on the hobby you choose, it can give you a moment to feel like a kid again. It can give you the opportunity to learn. I'm going to be taking online Italian and I'll be learning something new. It'll give me something to be excited about and something to look forward to. I'm going to Italy later in the year, and by practicing during the winter time, it's getting me excited. So every time this lesson will come up, it'll just be a reminder of what I have to look forward to in the fall time. Be literally anything that sounds cheesy but sparks joy in you, anything that you've been wanting to learn recently. You don't have to pay a penny for it. If your hobby is going to be yoga, then you could pop on YouTube and then find a yoga video. Your hobby could be reading. Books you could get for free from the library. Your hobby could be ring making, which I have also tried. And honestly, if it wasn't so expensive, I would do on a weekly basis. Find you a hobby because it gives you something to look forward to during the season. Potentially can get you out of your apartment, which is something obviously I'm going to be leaning heavy on during this video about the importance of getting out. And it'll most likely grow you as a person. I have never done a hobby that I've regretted. Get you a hobby. At the very least, it'll give you something to look forward to. Continuing on the give yourself something to look forward to vein of things. Plan an adventure. And this sounds really cheesy, but I don't really care. I don't care. It might be cheesy, but plan an adventure. And it could be as simple as once a week you go to your favorite cafe and you get your favorite warm drink for the winter time. It could be as big as planning a trip to Spain in February to get some sunlight. Plan something for yourself to look forward to and call it an adventure. Call it whatever you want, actually. It could be an outing. It could be an inning. Your adventure can also be indoors. Plan something outside of a hobby to look forward to. That is like more of an event. For me, this year is going to be mainly travel. I'm going to Peru for my birthday in February. Also, Florence and Machine is coming to London, and I'm really excited about that. That is about a month away, and every time I think about it, I get really hyped. So those are sort of the adventures I have planned. Last year, it wasn't travel for me. It was more so leaning on London's theater scene and having plays to look forward to every other week. Whatever would make you happy, that will get you really hyped when you think about it. In anticipation for it, whatever will give you that feeling, plan that out. And again, it doesn't have to be anything with a price tag on it. You can literally have a friend who you haven't seen in a month and just be like, hey, can we go for a walk in the park one day? That could be an adventure for you. When I say adventure, it's just really something that you look forward to. It is cool if it could be something that takes some planning and has some build up, like a big trip. It could be the Friday morning after a long week of work that you've been looking forward to go to that cafe, maybe outside of your neighborhood, grab a drink that you really, really love and enjoy. So plan an adventure, because the name of the game, I think, for this winter season is having things to look forward to, both in the winter time, but also for the coming seasons. Get you a book. Get you a good book to read. If you cannot physically escape the winter time, the easiest and cheapest, most affordable way to escape is by reading. I feel like I'm saying a lot of cheesy things in this video, and that might be cheesy, but it is also true. Think about the vibe that you want. Think about the place where you want to be, and you can literally find a book that will match it. There are so many books out there that can allow us as readers to escape. Pick your poison and dive into it. It's a great escape from the wintertime when you're indoors. You can just cozy up to a really good book and it'll take you away. Or it can keep you really grounded where you are, and it can give you an opportunity to learn something or just simply be entertained. I feel like winter is your best time to get through your TBR. It is the best time to just sit down, hunker down, and just fly through books. Especially if you're someone who loves being inside. Even though I'm like an advocate for getting the hell out of your apartment or the hell out of your house during the winter time, especially if you live in a major city and there's a lot going on. Good book, you cannot go wrong with that. It is a savior during the winter time. Okay, I've talked about how I'm sorry, I have a cold. I should not be recording. Branching off of how books are an escape, I'm going to say actually escape. Actually get out of town. If you are somewhere that is cold and winter is rough, get the hell out of there. My first year in London, I moved here during the summertime. So anyone I encounter, I don't care if we just met, I'd be like, so how do you survive winter in London? It was probably like the second or third question I would ask people. I'm exaggerating, but it was one of the earlier questions I would ask people. I would ask everyone. I would ask my Uber drivers. I would ask friends of friends. I would just always ask people, how did you survive winter in London? And I'm not kidding you. I feel like 8 out of 10 people said that they left. Not for the entire winter time, although there were some people who would just be like, I'm gone for 2-3 months out the year and then I come back when winter is over. A lot of people would say they would go to, I don't know, Spain for a week or two, or if they were from somewhere like South Africa, they would say they would just go back to those places. I personally sort of did that last winter. I stayed here for January and February, but in March I had to go to New York York for work. And I figured since I'll be in New York, aka closer to Jamaica, I would just attach Jamaica to it. So I did do that last year, but not intentionally. I was aiming to rough it out for most of London's winter, and I did, but it was just like the opportunity came up for me to leave and actually get some sunlight. This year, I am actively looking to get the hell out. And it's not so much the cold in London, it's more so the gray, even though it hasn't been that bad so far this winter, but it's mainly the gray in London that really gets to you. So I will be traveling. I will be escaping. I am going to Peru for my birthday to get some sunlight. So if you have the ability to, I highly recommend escaping physically, making a run for it and get into some sunlight and to some warmth. But if you can't, I mean, I think, again, I mentioned the books earlier, that's a good escape. And then also finding mini adventures, not going on a major adventure to hop on a plane and go somewhere, but finding adventures in your hometown, in your home city, and just leaning into that also is always an option. One more thing, and that is to practice hygge. I don't know how you pronounce it. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but you know that I'm going to put the word on the screen, that Danish word hygge, which I think is basically just being cozy. Light some candles, curl up with a book, like I said before, turn the lights off and put on your favorite show, your favorite movie, or movie you've been looking forward to watching. Create moments that make you feel nice and cozy in your home or even outdoors. Stay in bed a little bit longer. I am a huge fan of staying in bed. Yeah, find out what feels cozy to you. I think winter, for me, the key to survival is having things to look forward to, but also feeling warm. And for me, feeling warm is like feeling cozy, having literal warm foods, having my apartment be warm because I don't do well with the cold, being in bed a little bit longer. And I think this overall just goes back to your needs as well. Hygge, making your place cozy, having cozy moments, creating cozy moments. I think making your space cozy, making moments cozy allows you to romanticize winter. And that allows it to be less dreadful. If you're someone who even thought it was dreadful to begin with, I did, but it allows winter to feel less dreadful. It's actually what we're aiming for. So those are my tips for surviving winter. I hope that they have been helpful, or at least one of them has been helpful, and that you make it through this winter. It's middle of January. I was about to say we're halfway through it. We're not. We're still very much in the beginning of it, but I think we'll be surprised how quickly it goes by. I mean, last year went by in a blink of an eye. So honestly, we should be trying to like stay grounded in this moment and enjoy it while we can, because next thing you know, we'll look up and it's the end of summer. Hopefully not. But yeah, hopefully these tips have been helpful for you. Happy wintering. Is that a thing? Enjoy this winter. I will see you in the next video. Oh, and if you enjoyed this and if you made it this far somehow, please like and subscribe.